What's up, guys? Iceman here.
Welcome to Haunting Tales. So, I just got done watching this gruesome video of a man getting mauled to death by a sloth bear. Now, I didn't know this until I started researching bears for these videos pretty much. How dangerous sloth bears can be. They're not the largest of bears. In fact, they're very small. They're like an American black bear, only I believe on average even smaller, just by a little bit. But it's their tendencies and basically the geology of the world in which they grew up, along with the animal life there that they are in competition with, etc., and their dietary sources that make them so freaking dangerous. For example, they are in competition with tigers, so they compete over food sources, and it is not unusual at all for a sloth bear to chase off a tiger, even if the tiger is twice the size of it. You'll find a lot of encounters with tigers and sloth bears throughout the internet, and maybe even some on YouTube specifically. That's just one of the reasons why they're so damn aggressive and are capable of a lot, because these things had to compete with tigers for millennia, all right? So they're really, really aggressive. And they look kind of cute, and even in their name, sloth bear, all the more reason as to why I never thought they were all that threatening. I saw them at a zoo. I was like, oh, it must be like it's kind of a slow bear or something. That's why they call it that. But apparently it has nothing to do with it. I don't even know why they call it a sloth bear. But another thing that they tend to do with their victims is they tend to peel their faces off. I'm talking about their human victims with their claws, because their claws are very, very long. They need long, nasty claws to peel apart bark on trees to eat bugs, or to rip apart hard fruit shells and nut shells and things like that. So apparently they have a tendency to do that to their victims' faces. And I'm talking about human faces. You can go on the internet and find some nasty images of some people who have survived these attacks. And it's just hideous, man. But nonetheless, this video is of a guy who allegedly was a truck driver, and he saw a sloth bear. This happened in India, where sloth bears are very common. And there's like this little hillside by a road, right? And he sees a sloth bear. So he gets out with his phone, and he wants to get a selfie with it. Now, the video recording starts. These are onlookers, of course, who recorded the video, where the guy's already in peril. He's struggling with the bear. He's getting attacked. And for whatever reason, the people around don't really decide to team up and get that damn bear off of him, because they don't do that. You could see a couple people throwing things at it, but for the most part, they're standing away, and they're like 40 feet away from the scene. They're just all yelling, right? It sounds like there's 15 or 20 people. And then all you see in front of the camera is you just see this hillside, and on the ground is the sloth bear and a man. The sloth bear is about the size of the man. And about halfway through the video, a dog even comes up, and a dog is like pulling at the hair of the sloth bear, just biting it in the butt. And the sloth bear just ignores it. The dog is being very, very hesitant. Like, I think the dog is concerned about getting attacked itself. But I mean, at least it's trying to do something, because the dog knows that what's going on here is really messed up. And the dog figured, I'm sure, that somebody has to step in. But nonetheless, apparently this guy died. And you can see him tussling with it and just trying to fight it with his hands. And the bear's just wrestling him like a human wrestler. And they're on the ground just rolling down this hill. And then they stop, and the bear tears into him. Then they roll some more, and the bear just tears into him some more. And the guy stands up and has his hand out, trying to block it. And the bear grabs his hand and just holding onto his hand, just thrashing and spinning with his hand in his mouth. His hands must have just been destroyed from this incident. But I mean, this is a harrowing encounter indeed. Absolutely horrifying. And I'm just letting you guys know that just because they look cute or whatever and they're called a sloth bear, you got to be careful around these damn things. I don't know if I'll ever go to a place. I usually don't travel outside of the United States, so I probably will never be in the vicinity of a sloth bear in terms of being in its natural habitat. But I do see these things at zoos, and I know a lot of you guys, you do tend to travel. You want to go see more parts of the world and all that, which is great. And just be careful if you come across these things. And I will post this video on my Patreon. If any of you guys are my patrons, you can check out the video. Links in the description below. Really not trying to obligate you guys, but it's just a little perk I'll give you right there. I'll post it down there because I can't post it anywhere else. I can't post the damn thing on YouTube. So I'm going to post it on my Patreon. And I do appreciate all my supporters, my channel members, my patrons. Subscribe to this page if you haven't yet. Like this video. Posting a different type of video here. So I'm curious what you guys think about these videos on my Haunting Tales channel. And let me know your thoughts on these matters. Have you heard or seen any attacks that had to do with sloth bears? Because these things are, like, initially my impression would be, oh yeah, over all the bears, sloth bear would be pretty low on the list in terms of the bears that I would not want to get attacked by. Where like a grizzly and a polar bear would be up at the top. But after learning the tendencies of these bears and their behaviors with humans, it seems like they might be one of the most terrifying kinds of bears to get attacked by. But appreciate you guys. Again, subscribe to the page, hit the bell so you're notified next time I post a video. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace be with you.